Philippines and the Southeast Asia. Learning competencies: identify key contemporary and emerging artists, musicians, and genres from the Philippines and selected Southeast Asian countries. Examine the cultural influences that shape contemporary and emerging performing and visual arts in the Philippines and the Southeast Asia. Recognize the significance of cross-cultural exchanges and collaborations in the development of Southeast Asian performing and visual arts. Activity 1. Making consonants. Directions: in this activity, the teacher will facilitate a song to recall the musical elements and other art forms discussed during primary lessons. The teacher will ask the students to do the following movements or modifications while singing the chorus part of the song. The teacher must challenge students to recall the musical elements that are being implied in each movement or modification. Beat. Stomp your feet following the beat of the song. Rhythm. Clap the syllable of the lyrics. Timbre. Students may describe the differences between the voice quality of SB19 members and the musical instruments used in the music. Dynamics. Tempo. The teacher may ask students to visualize a situation that triggers the speed of singing the song, slow and fast. Melody. The teacher may ask the learners to hum the tune of each song and use hand gestures to show melodic movement, ascending, descending, repeated. Harmony and texture. The teacher may ask how many independent melodies they can hear. Visual elements. The teacher can ask the learners to describe the visual elements used in the sample video, leading them to recall the elements and principles in visual arts. Line. Shape. Form. Value. Space. Color. Texture. Balance. Emphasis. Harmony. Movement. Rhythm. Unity. Repetition. Proportion. Variety. Activity 2, guess the origin. Directions: the teacher will play representative contemporary music from Southeast Asian countries. Learners will be asked to guess the origin country for each item. Processing questions: were you able to guess the country of origin of the music? How did you come up with your responses? What is your favorite among the examples? Why? Activity 3, spot on the map. Directions: ask the learners to identify the Southeast Asian country represented by each flag and plot the country on the map using the respective flag. The 10 countries of Southeast Asia: Brunei, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Cambodia, Singapore, and Vietnam. Activity 4, Word Search, Directions. Find 10 hidden words in the word search grid and match these words with the list of meanings on the next slides. Film, comics, vocal, architecture, documentation, weaving, theater, instrumental, animation, dance. Performing arts, vocal art, involves using the human voice to create music, convey emotions, or tell stories. It encompasses singing, chanting, spoken words, and vocalizations in various musical genres and contexts. Instrumental art revolves around creating music using musical instruments without vocal accompaniment. This includes playing instruments like pianos, guitars, violins, and drums to produce melodies, harmonies, and rhythms. Theater is a performative art form where actors perform live on a stage, portraying characters and telling stories. It combines elements like acting, set design, costumes, lighting, and sound to engage audiences in a shared experience. Dance is a physical art form that involves rhythmic movement of the body to express emotions, tell stories, or convey abstract concepts. It comes in various styles and genres, each with its own techniques, movements, and cultural influences. Visual arts. Film is a visual storytelling medium that uses moving images and audio to convey narratives, ideas, and emotions. It involves a combination of cinematography, editing, sound design, and acting to create a complete audiovisual experience. Animation involves creating the illusion of motion by displaying a series of still images in rapid succession. It can be done through various techniques, such as traditional hand-drawn animation, computer-generated imagery, CGI, or stop-motion animation. Architecture is the art of designing and creating physical spaces that encompass both functionality and aesthetics. It involves the planning, designing, and construction of buildings and structures that serve various purposes, from residential and commercial spaces to public and cultural landmarks. Comics are visual storytelling mediums that use a combination of illustrations and text to convey narratives, ideas, and humor. They often use panels and sequential art to guide the reader through a story. Weaving is a textile art form that involves creating fabric by interlacing threads or yarns at right angles. It can produce intricate patterns and textures, and it has been used historically for both functional and artistic purposes. Documentation art captures real-life events, situations, or concepts through various artistic mediums like photography, videography, and written records. It aims to preserve and convey moments of reality for artistic or informative purposes. Activity 5, Watch and Learn, Directions. The teacher will present one contemporary and emerging performing and visual arts to the class and provide readings for it. The learners will have to choose one from the presented art forms and discuss it within their group using the guide on the next slides. PETA's Batang Rizal, Philippine Educational Theater Association, Theme and Message. What do you believe was the main theme or message of the performance? How did the acting, dialogue, and other elements contribute to conveying this theme? Musical forms. Describe how music contributed to the performance. Setting and atmosphere. Describe the setting, time and place, of the performance. What kind of atmosphere or mood did the setting create? Costumes and makeup. Describe the costumes and makeup of the characters. Did the costumes enhance the characters' identities or the overall theme of the performance? Stage design. Describe the stage design, including any props and scenery. How did the stage design contribute to the storytelling? Acting and characterization. Choose one main character and describe their portrayal by the actor. Did the actor effectively convey the character's emotions and motivations? Cultural and social context. Did you notice any cultural or social references within the performance? How did these references contribute to the story or its relevance? Activity 6. Prep Up. Directions. Students will prepare visual aids about their chosen art form to be presented to the class. They are free to choose the material to be used in preparing for their presentation. Activity 7, it's showtime. Directions: the learners will be given 5 minutes per group to present their output. Rubrics for performance. Processing questions. 1. What are your overall thoughts and impressions of your chosen performance? 2. Would you recommend it to others? Why or why not? 3. What did you learn about contemporary art forms from analyzing these performances? Summative assessment. Quiz on performing and visual art. Directions: for each of the following questions, choose the best answer. 1. What does vocal art involve? A. Playing musical instruments. B. Using the human voice to create music, convey emotions, or tell stories. C. Performing live theater. D. Dancing rhythmically. 2. Which of the following is not a part of vocal art? A. Singing. B. Chanting. C. Playing the piano. D. Spoken words. Three. What does instrumental art involve? A. Singing. B. Using musical instruments without vocal accompaniment. C. Acting on stage. D. Dancing. 4. Which of the following is an example of instrumental art? A. Reciting a poem. B. Playing a guitar solo. C. Performing a ballet. D. Filming a documentary. Five. What elements does theater combine? A. Painting and sculpting. B. Acting, set design, costumes, lighting, and sound. C. Singing and chanting. D. Playing instruments. Six. What does dance as a physical art form involve? A. Using musical instruments to create rhythms. B. Rhythmic movement of the body to express emotions. C. Requiring actors to perform live on stage. D. Utilizing spoken words to tell stories. 7. What is film as a visual art form? A. Creating fabric by interlacing threads. B. Visual storytelling using moving images and audio. C. Capturing real-life events through photography. D. Drawing comic illustrations. 8. What does animation involve? A. Using moving images and audio to convey narratives. B. Creating the illusion of motion by displaying a series of still images in rapid succession. C. Designing and constructing buildings. D. Weaving intricate patterns and textures. 9. What is architecture the art of? A. Creating moving images. B. Designing and creating physical spaces. C. Capturing real-life events through videography. D. Drawing sequential art for storytelling. 10. What do comics use to convey narratives? A. Audio and moving images. B. Illustrations and text. C. Weaving and textile patterns. D. Physical movements and rhythms.